And here we go. Let's go. Why is that not working? Docs, chat. Good, that's working. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I can watch you on my phone. Hey, chat. Cool. Cool. Everyone summoned, I think. Hello, hello? Hello, chat? Am I actually live? Or am I just pretending? Can somebody tell me if I'm real? Ah. Why is it being evil and terrible? Yay! Okay, awesome. Cool. And now I have to put in somewhere. Which one is good? Which one is good? Open this. Oh, good. This has streamer mode already. Excellent. I forgot. I don't think it's this. I think it's one of these ones. Can I look at my stream, please, stream manager? Twitch. I can look at my own screen. That's what I wanted. Dumb. I don't want a new game. I want to resume the game that I was playing. Back to Lunaterra. Yes. Hello, Soul. Right. Oh, hi, Europa. So, I have to ask, how do you really feel about me coming back to Memorial Foundation? You were a loyal and efficient ace pilot for Memorial Foundation for the entire Cold War, against our alien and ultimately irrelevant existential threat from beyond the system. Then you were perfectly loyal to the pilots left adrift by the decommissioning of their pilot program and colonization project. Now you're perfectly loyal to Memorial Foundation again. You haven't betrayed our side at all. That's a generous reading. You've betrayed plenty of love-struck pilots, but your political loyalty is impeccable. So even if Halamede doesn't trust or forgive you, I welcome your return. That's not going to be a problem, that she doesn't. Oh, she welcomes your return the most, but keep on your toes. That one I don't have any questions about. Keep your friends close and your exes closer. Except, if you're not still suspicious of me for betraying Memorial Foundation, how about her? Oh, that I'll be mad at both of you about for a very long time. Please don't worry about it, however, as you've both made each other suffer more than enough to make up for your youthful indiscretions. Honestly, the two of you hooking up to somehow get at me was the most hilarious part, as you ended up punishing each other more than I could have. Whatever. Can we talk politics again? I think I get the picture already. That's not to say the two of you don't still have a lot of lessons left to learn from the experience. Once I'm sure you've learned them, your punishment will be over. I'm suddenly very interested in hearing about factions again. Oh, on that note, I'm not as worried. Just remain true to what you really believe in, Lunaterra. Day 4, Comms Europa. Oh, I lost all the logs from before. That's interesting. Goodness. Mail and alerts. I've read all of these. So, which one? Could do Krun Macula, which is scary. Oh, by the way, just to double check, is the audio in the game isn't way too dank, is it? Audio's good? Good. Oh, well, I already did 400mm kiss, so. Where'd everyone else go? I don't know. I don't know. Let's launch Rift in the Earth. Lunaterra, cancel the launch. There are new orders. Really? I thought they were very insistent about this mission. And it's a good idea, so I thought I'd do it. The new orders are Kratos Grace's super weapon has contacted the base already. Send anyone except for Lunaterra there immediately. I see. Well, prep the Maricrisium for lunch. Lunaterra, even I have to say something if you disobey an order right in front of my face. But you don't disagree? Or you just stop me instead of saying something? A certain degree of questioning orders from the top is allowed. Given who's in charge, obviously. Alameda is just a foolish princess. If Kratos Graces is using that new weapon, that's all the more reason not to send randos who wouldn't stand a chance against it. You fundamentally misunderstand Memorial Foundation, Lunaterra. Halamede leads the recovery effort because no one else is fit. Only that naive, conceited, foolish girl has the love required to bring humanity back to Earth. Naive, one-sided, and unself-aware love. Nevertheless, that is exactly the love that is required. It's for us to interpret that fundamental impulse in a way that will ensure strategic advantage. So I will ask you, does love motivate your actions? Or are you just that eager to find someone to shatter you into orbit? Your connection with that pilot, and don't think I don't know about it, or who she is. Which is it? Guilt or love? Will you let me go if I say I need to see her to know? I would advise against it. Her love might be stronger than ours. That's possible. All the more reason you shouldn't get near it. Well, let me take that risk. No, I don't like the Memorial Foundation, and also fuck Halamede, so... So sorry, Halamede. I love you, but fuck you. The balance shifts because Lunaterra hesitated, and Pluto did too. Pluto passed over the Ares Canyons once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. Lunaterra had a chance to make the first move, but Pluto couldn't keep pretending she didn't notice her lying in wait. It wasn't that Lunaterra was ready to take the shot. It's that she still hadn't decided to take it or not. Pluto had been waiting for her to grow up for a long time. She's tired of being the one waiting. There's no time for elegant duels or anticlimactic sniping. When Kroon Macula crashes into the canyon, it's the worst kind of fight. Kroon Macula's fingers will no longer open or close, but she swipes with the useless limb anyway. The ring finger of Pluto's ship self twists off, breaking with the force of backhanding Mary Crisium into the canyon wall, which scrambles to its feet and then falls down immediately. Lunaterra's balance gyros must be broken, but that's not so bad. At least she still has 2 legs, unlike the Kroon Macula. Luna T, you really are the most stubborn woman I know. I'm proud of you, but that you're only this tenacious when I'm finally being serious is a little vexing, you know? I mean, I've been going this long, it has to count for something, right? I don't want to wreck you, I just really need you to win or lose. Could you do that, please? Both of those are hard to do. Then you've got 5 minutes to grow up. Pluto's reach is longer than expected. Little tricks of gravity. It might not be enough. The Mari Crisium was made to not be caught. More precisely, Lunaterra made the Mari Crisium something that couldn't be caught. No, don't you dare! Her fingers refuse to close, and Mari Crisium slips away. Ha. Huh. Huh. Sorry, I'm such a cockroach. Don't be. Slipping away is so like you. I don't know what else I expect. Luna T, I really, really can't let you get away. Not without an answer. I'm not going to do that. What are you trying to do, then? We promised we'd fight until one of us won. And then we'd go along with whatever the other decided. So why are you trying to take that away from me? Lunaterra holds Kroon Macula's severed left tidal reactor. Pluto can go without it, but not for long. It's what makes the Kroon Macula so impossible, and without it, she can't be impossible for very long. That core is everything I have. The rest of me isn't going to last long without it, so it might as well be everything. If I don't have that, I can't follow you, win or lose. I really don't think it's good for you. The Kroon Macula makes a leap and crashes into the ground, just short of the Mari Crisium. It's just close enough, Lunaterra nearly forgets to take the opportunity to get a shot in Kroon Macula's chest before she can recover to block it. You're going to lecture me about doing what's healthy? You've got a lot of nerve. It's not cute. If we had to fight each other like this, I really wish it didn't have to be with you in that thing. You don't like it, huh? You've always been like this. You're always trying to tell me what's good for me. You don't want to admit this is really me. Luna T, I would listen to you if you had ever listened to me once, ever. I told you, I haven't gotten any better in the time we've been apart. I don't want you to not be strong, or beautiful, or amazing. I just don't want you to be holding this weight of Cradle's graces, everyone's hopes and dreams all by yourself. So please, just rest for now. Don't tell me that. I hate this, hate this, hate this. You never listen, and you know I'll always let you win in the end. But not this time. I don't know what you mean. I've been really patient. So if you keep playing dumb, you're gonna make me mad. I said I don't know what you mean. I don't want anything else. I'm a cockroach. I don't need anything myself. Liar. Are you trying to make me mad? Be satisfied with it. I don't have any other answer. If I had one, I'd give it, so drop it. I'm not satisfied. No. You grow up, and you be the adult for once. Get back here! Karun Macula's feet are still broken, but Pluto moves her with gravity alone. Maricresium's engine's flare navi is broken, everything is broken, but it will move. No, 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 not this time. Karun Macula's twin tidal reactors are falling apart, with one of them nearly torn out, yet she still moves. The pressure of the unrestricted gravity peels the paint off Maricresium. Her steels and plastics are chattering, her remaining useless arm snaps, and her engine wings creak. That pressure is not enough to bring her down, but it's enough for her to falter, and Karun Macula grabs her foot and slams her to the ground. They are named planets, celestial bodies, yes. Maricresium creaks and strains, trying to flee, so Pluto pulls the rest of herself on top of her. Pluto, I'm serious. You're not the only one. I have things I'm willing to be hard and cruel for now, too. Maricresium fires a sidearm. It doesn't dent Pluto. Pluto opens her hand. The fingers don't work, but the plasma still does, which flays Lunaterra's chassis, but gently. I'm really serious this time. Oh yeah, it's Yuri. No, everyone knows this. I can't stop for a second, so I really need it back. It's already been too long, so give me back that part of me. Maricresium opens her left hand. Pluto's missing reactor is still beating wildly. Sorry to be like this, but this ship self and what it can do are more important than me, than anything else about me. Nothing is more important than you. A gentle click. Lunaterra's sidearm pointed at the stolen reactor fires. The solid light slug misses, just barely. There's a second shot, but it's buried in Pluto's blocking hand, and there's a third shot, but Pluto's ripped off the arm of Maricresium, so it's just the last reflex of a limb separated from its owner. But that's all the broken arm of Karun Macula can take. Its fingers make a last twitch before her arm finally snaps under its own weight, and the Karun Macula falls to what's left of its knees. How long are you going to make me put up with this? What do you mean? You don't want to fight with me. Not a fight for real. Your heart isn't in it. So it's not. No. No! 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 That's the only thing I want. Why are you like this? Acting like you know better what I want better than I do. So what if you're right? Of course I don't want to fight you. Damn it, I hate you! After all that, I'm the one who's crying at the end again. The last time it was like this, I was the one crying too. Now I'm powerful like you, have something I'm fighting for like you. It's not you, or anyone but me. So let me fight for that. Stop protecting me, stop making me fight for you. It's so easy to fight for you. If I'm not careful, it's all I'll ever want to do. I'm sorry. Don't want a sorry. You must think it's so easy to not care about you, but it's not. It's easy for you to not care about you, but it's the hardest thing for me. Ugh. I'm still the one who ended up crying. Again! You wouldn't listen back then either! Mycresium rises, gently brushes away the burnt portions of Kroon Macula's armor. The joints are already starting to heal as gravity pulls them back. Almost just as good as new, but a little changed. I know you. Don't distract yourself, dummy. Reattaching arms is hard, so do mine right at least. It was the same last time, too. I said you deserve better. I said, but you are better. I just ignored it, because I'm stupid. Not because I'm cool. Thank God. Everything is worth it. If you finally don't think you're cool anymore. September 12th, 1969. That's when the first and last artificial colony of the native sphere was completed, in a tranquil bowl of stable gravity at Lagrange Point 5. As the front line against existential threats, a training facility for a generation of humans adapted to fight in space, as a colony environment with the life, gravity, and culture necessary for human beings to live, thrive, die, and be born. With the hope that peace on Earth would reign if we won this war in heaven. Without pressure. 1963. Why did I say 1969? Did I say that? That's weird. Whatever. Without pressure, water boils off our tongues, and we dissolve into component parts. Without culture, we forget the shapes we're supposed to have, and turn inside out, into something else. Out of necessity, we created a pressurized environment, exerting enough gravitational pressure to maintain cohesion, all senses, in space. A ship self, to ferry us through the world. They function only in places where the gravity of humans is too light to sustain existence. It was doomed from the start. Of course they were jealous of all the humans that Earth no longer wanted, flying on zero-G wings. Dr. Nix, Executive Director, Memorial Foundation Existential Expansion. But they're not borrowed wings. That's the thing about it, Soul, is that they're not borrowed wings. It's our own wings. They hate us for it. Heaven Will Be Mine is a game about being trans, by the way. July 29th, 1958. That's when the Memorial Foundation International Executive Committee was granted international authority. Oh wait, this is Europa. That's when the Memorial Foundation International Executive Committee was granted international authority, in the spirit of unified human peace, and the verified presence of an existential threat outside of the solar system, to establish a cultural, military, and scientific response to existential threats. No longer confined to Earth. A growing native sphere, where our gravity reigns forever. Safety, research, and expansion. The 3 pillars of Memorial Foundation's space branch will protect Earth from without as it has from within. Free from the old world's gravity, it would be possible to advance science, art, and culture without constraint and join hands, all of Earth finally unified. For Memorial Foundation, protecting humans from other humans through peace on Earth, and protecting humans from everything else through war in heaven, would fulfill both of our agendas simultaneously. We really, foolishly decided we could do better. There are 2 errors to this approach. The first is that to do better in heaven is meaningless if it cannot be exported to Earth. The space program was never rejected by the surface. It simply did not have enough relevance to sustain interest. The second error is the intrinsic error of the Memorial Foundation. The existential threat is intrinsic to humanity. You can fight it, but you cannot cut it out. The designation of alien is required by humans. We cannot trick an existential threat into a convenient manifestation. As it has always been, only humans can fulfill the criteria to be alien. Fuck. Fuck. January 2nd, 1980. That's when they blew up the Lagrange colony. It was a real shame. It was a green, wet, and very peaceful place. And now it's a very cold, green, wet, and very unsettling place. It's where we did a lot of legitimately incredible things, like create sustainable tidal reactors, new culture, experiment with human bodies and human development, manufacture self-sufficient alter egos for space exploration, and did everything other than successfully combat the unknowable existential threat. Earth and the Memorial Foundation surface considers that a failure, but in truth, they're just not trying hard enough. Through gravity, humans decide what is real and what is not. Humans cannot make whatever they imagine come true. Through imagining, humans chart out what is true. They invent with human effort what exists. If an existential threat doesn't exist, we just have to make one. But of course it doesn't work like that. Nothing could be more difficult than creating something alien. Our only reference points are human, so the idea of something alien is unimaginable because we cannot imagine outside of those terms. There's a certain degree of misunderstanding needed for humans to successfully classify something as alien. But before they blew it up, we got very close. Day 5. Receiving report. Provisional acceptance of pilot mission completion. Incoming alert all Memorial Foundation troops. Abandon Ares front line. All units immediately rendezvous with main fleet at the Pilot Academy Lagrange colony on the way to Celestial Mechanics moon base. Generating new assignments. Provisional assignments. Special Operations Mission. Secure Lagrange colony as possible launch point for Celestial Mechanics hit-and-run tactics. Provisional assignment. Special Operations Mission. Destruction of obsolete Academy research technology before it falls into the hands of Cradle's Graces. Provisional assignments will reduce your penalty status. Indicate you have understood new orders. Ready for gravitational catapults. Prepare launch to Lagrange Point 5. I like Celestial Mechanics, though. I don't know. I don't know if I want Cradle's Graces or Celestial Mechanics to win. I don't want the Memorial Foundation to win, though. Fuck them. Fuck Halloween. I love Halloween, but fuck her. Anyway. Do we get along better or worse than back then? Let's talk about something else. Oh, is it really so bad these days? We don't get along because we're too much like each other. We used to be so different. What happened? I got older and learned a lot. That's enough to make me more like you. You're not giving me enough credit. Really? You think I'd blame you for being too good at teaching me the same lessons that made you who you are? Well, I'd always hoped. I'd blame you if I felt like it. There's nothing to blame you for. Nothing you warned me about turned out like you said, so I stopped paying attention to any of your advice. I thought I was too smart for the rest, so it's just a coincidence we ended up like each other. I never minded your lessons. Are you sure? I was a harsh teacher. Are you really glad for it? I am happy for everything I learned. Not for everything you taught me. I mean, it wasn't like you were wrong. Everything you said would happen, happened. But none of it happened like you said you would. Like you said it would. If I followed your advice to the letter, it wouldn't have helped me at all. It was all just different enough. So I came up with my own answers. It wasn't until I looked back on them that I realized it was exactly what you would have done. Fair, I suppose. I should count that as a success for me. But I'll also do your effort for you. That's just what I wanted, though. I certainly never wanted a carbon copy of myself. I wanted you to improve on what you'd been handed. Did you think you did a good job? Shouldn't you be asking yourself that question, since you're the one in charge of the education? I was afraid you'd say that. Don't come to me for answers now, of all times. Well, at least there's plenty of time left for me to turn out right in the end. Secular Astrology Explained, Part 2. Origin, Achieved Message Retrieval. Author, Pilot Mars. I only did this because you asked, okay? I warned you, this is dorky stuff. The ancient roots of it are pretty dubious, in case you were wondering. I think most of it is just made up. I mean, yes, I know that it's all made up, but not even made up by some wise man 1,000 years ago. It's made up by some dude in California. Anyway, what the dude from California does is he organizes the parts of the body into the parts of the mind and the spirit. And he says that what you should do is think about your body not as a body, but as a tool for relating to other people. I know that they draw them on a body, but it's like, don't think of them as actual body parts. It's the way that you communicate. That's true, by the way. That's an idea in, that's an idea in anthropology. There's a very good essay about it called the social skin. I forget who it's by. Hold on. I don't need to find it. It is a good essay though. Very, very interesting stuff. And it's an idea that I kind of subscribe to. The body is it's a social kind of tool and a social object. So this chart might help. I think the point of it in a way is to remember that these are all parts of you, but also parts of other people. And you have ways of communication between each other using them. People always ask me for their charts because they want to be flattered about what they're good at, but that's not the point. You need to know where you have trouble, too. I looked at mine so much before we broke up, you know, like it did any good, but, you know, I'm so weak when it comes to Venus. That's the distance of breath, which means ability to read the atmosphere and talking, the way communicates through breath. The way we communicate through breath. When you're bad at Venus, that doesn't mean you're bad with words or bad at receiving words. You don't hear them. Or you don't feed other people the words they need to live. Well, according to your chart, you're bad at that too. So, I hope it helps. Subject: Pilot Halamede Annual Report. Origin: Second Generation Pilot Program. Author: Pilot Assessment Reports. She's not coming out of her room, refuses to pilot it. Figures the most well-behaved of all Generation 2 pilots would have a tantrum like a storm when it finally came. Do you expect me to know what to do about it? Yes. It's really your problem though, isn't it? Don't start. I'm begging. Fine, fine. What's the big problem then? She'll get over it. Is she upset about her sister? Of course she is. But not for the reason I thought. What did you think? That she missed her. Hilarious. And what's the actual reason? She won't accept a hand-me-down. The low Solsi? She won't pilot it? She won't pilot the perfect second-generation machine because it was made for her sister? She wants her own machine made. She's ridiculous. She said it would be fine if she died, but if it's just a problem, but if it's just because she flaked out and got bored with space and left her problem in Halamede's lap, she won't do it. Are siblings really this petty and mean? Stop laughing and help. That's the observatory. And that's in the garden district, which is where I don't want to go yet. Because I gotta talk to Saturn. You're quiet, Europa. What's up? Is that unusual? Sometimes. But you said I have a briefing for you 5 minutes ago. It seems I lost track of time again. But don't you already know what the mission is? Close the lens and prevent Cradle's graces from opening it further. For the purpose of? Who knows? Memorial Foundation on the ground wants it done. It was the observation device for existential threats, but in the end, we never knew if what we were seeing was what there was, or if we, the observers, were just seeing what we wanted to see. When it became clear that celestial mechanics had been pushing development in the direction of things they did not themselves understand, we chose to destroy the colony. Later works of the space colony showed signs of an art and design movement potentially hazardous and implicitly treacherous to the human race. Oh, fuck you! Fuck you! I hate... whatever. But very lovely. I wish we hadn't caught on so quick. Memorial Foundation on Earth would be loath to admit it, but it's all possible it did and does, in fact, work in one or more ways. Casts it all in a new light, doesn't it? I hate Memorial Foundation, dude. I didn't expect you to feel so nostalgic. I have some happy memories of the Academy, don't you? Yes. Some. But I'd rather move forward, in any way at all, than keep dwelling. It's always a virtue if you've learned from it. And you're not just trying to forget. Keep your advice to the mission, not me. Well, I only have an interest in the success of one of those two things. No, fuck Memorial Foundation. The observatory's lens, a single eye staring into space, threatening to blink. From the Academy Gardens, every pilot remembers watching the observatory twitch as it focused on some light years away point, searching. A reminder of the battle for Earth they were eternally preparing for, not unsettling, but always foreboding. A zero, pointed at nowhere. Neither Lunaterra nor Pluto remembers who first called it that. Yeah, the art style is so pretty. Now, in the trembling of the colony's collapsing gravity well, this deck of the wrecked colony where Lunaterra and Pluto meet seems like a moment frozen in time, eternally receding, growing always distant, yet never fading. I knew I'd find you here. I knew it would feel like this. But I'm still here. I have orders. I know, dummy. They told me everything, too. You wouldn't have come if you weren't ordered. I don't know why everyone is expecting I'll be bitter about coming back. I'm not. There's good and bad memories. That's fine. That's fair. I'm older now, and it's that much sweeter thinking about the past from here. It's there, and I'm here. I wouldn't go back, would you? I like being an adult. I don't mind being the aging ace. I don't need to be a glittering hero. We fought so hard against the existential threat during the Cold War. Whatever they were, trick of the light or not, we did good fighting them. We tried our best. That's the practice kids need. Now we're grown up and can see our own futures, and mess them up if we want. I'm way happier to fight now. Fighting has a different meaning now. No matter how bad I am at being alive, I like it now. You're really grown up now. I kinda hate it. I miss pushing you around and when you go along with me. Me too. You still have a hard time making a decision that's good for you all by yourself, though. That's why I asked for orders to come here. Aha! That's so roundabout. I can't tell if that's a step forward or back. I think it would be worse if anyone else shut the observation gate. So I thought it really would have to be me. A zero pointed nowhere. Do you remember who said that? It's better than the actual name. I don't remember who said it, but I always think of it. I don't remember either. Do we have to do this? You're the one who's here to do it. It could be really easy. You're the one forcing my hand. Closing it is just a formality. It already is broken, and it never worked in the first place. Then why were you ordered to do it? The fact that you're here means I have to be here. They want on a possibility closed. Every possibility closed. That's not harmony. These futures should get to live, even if they never come to pass. Trying to make worlds in space is naive. Cutting the native sphere off from the universe is just as naive. So pathetic and sad. It's even more pointless and sad than human beings fighting each other for no reason. I can't bear it. I won't let it happen. I changed my mind. Let's fight. I'd rather fight than keep talking like this. We're fighting now. This is the sort of fight ship selves were made for. Say something. I can't. I have nothing. Let's fight like we're supposed to. I won't. Don't make me talk. Don't make me fight with you. Don't make me kill your dream. Stop having this dream. Give up on space like the rest of the human race has. Let me close the iris of the observatory. It's because I wanted so much to see what the eye was supposed to see that I can't let you keep looking. That I can't keep looking. That I don't want us to be tortured by that possibility anymore. That we can't lose you. I can feel how scared you are, and how brave, and how much you love. I'm so mad at you. Why can't you believe like you did before? They brought us up with good intentions, and did everything they could. They really did. They really thought we could be better than who we were, best kind of human beings there could be. They worked us very hard, but they fought for us to be exactly what we wanted to be, because that was human too. Even when it was hard or didn't make sense, they found a way. Even the awful ones really believed. One humanity, every story threaded together. No one left behind. It would be really possible to fix the universe and let humans live forever in space. Childish dreams that everyone wishes could be true. All without understanding such simple things. I wonder how they expected they could unite humanity against aliens when they found us so alien. We will always be our own existential threat. Every human understood that but them. No wonder Earth rejected us. The observation deck sees nothing, because the threat is on the other side. We are each other's alien. It was flawed, and it wasn't real. But they weren't that stupid. You know they weren't. The whole point was that it wasn't real yet, and it could be. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to make it real. And now they don't anymore. Do you? I mean, really, do you want to go home too? Why can't you just say yes? I wouldn't mind if you actually wanted it. I'd go with you if you wanted it, but I'm not coming with you if you don't. I'll still fight. Thank you. I'm hoping that you win, but if you can't, I will promise this. I won't bring us back to Earth empty-handed. I'll do that if I die. The iris shifts. It still moves somehow, attuned to possibility. Mari Crisium is looking fit to kill if it wasn't trembling. This colony is a blaze of unsteady gravity. You're not on sure footing here. I'm back to being helpless again, like I used to be. You can stop me anytime. Prove you're ready to close this eye. I can't. I can't! I don't accept it, but that means I won't do it. That doesn't mean I won't do it. I don't care if you'll love me one way or the other. It's too much. Space is broken, but I don't want to leave. Earth is terrifying, but I can't go back there alone. I have no loyalty either way. I'm not strong like you. I just go where gravity takes me. You can hold everyone, but what do I do if I lose you? Your heart is full of everyone, but I can't watch you fight for the universe knowing how little you're thinking of yourself in it. Of course I don't know what to do when fighting for you and fighting your dream are such different things. There's too much to do. Of course I don't know what to do. I don't know what you want me to do. Luna. God. I can't remember the last time you cried. Oh no, I can. It's back when you said you hated it here in space, and I told you should go back, and I'll come with you. Those were such hard days, and you didn't want to keep fighting. But when I said that, you started crying, and I couldn't understand why. It seemed so simple a solution, and everything you wanted, and I got so mad. Then you told me that you didn't want to leave if it meant me giving anything up. You didn't want to give anyone else up either. I wasn't expecting it at all. I'm so used to knowing what's on your mind, what's on everyone's mind. I didn't think you could keep something so locked away and hidden. No matter how far my tides can reach, there's some places I can't ever know until you tell me. It was the first time I felt frustrated by that. I'm most angry at you when I can't tell you what you want. But I guess that's how you feel about me. And how I feel about you. Oh, baby, you're crying again. I can't let you win, but we'll be together until the end, and after. Fuck. Yep, I'm crying too. God. This game. This game. What is the Moondrop, Lunatera? Halamede says it was something you used to talk about. Oh, yeah. We were thinking about crashing the moon into the Earth.
Literally?
Yeah, that too in the end. The goal of the space program used to be to make all of the solar system figuratively equivalent to Earth. When humans touch it, it becomes ours. That's why we use the Greek word to identify the physical bodies of space, and the Roman to represent our understanding and incorporation of it. We were being silly, taking a metaphor way too literally and way too far, joking about crushing the solar system together. It would make sense to return it. It would be nice and neat.
Killing absolutely everyone.
Yeah. It was a horrible thought I shared with Halamede. She hated it, but she kept on arguing about it with me. The Earth looks so fragile and small here, and the moon looks so big. That's probably why. It was a bad joke, and she never thought it was funny.
Good. She is very perceptive when it comes to that. I'm surprised always that people can find that self-destructive streak of yours harmless or imperceptible.
I'm glad she didn't. I'm surprised you kept me around, given that.
Should I have given up?
Is that even a question? You should have followed your instincts.
You appear to be misunderstanding. I take my work very seriously. As a leader, a woman, as a pilot, as part of the Memorial Foundation. You know that there are very real things Memorial Foundation believes in, and I believe in them too.
Yeah.
In seeking to bring all people together, however, there are choices that have to be made. Should we cut the world to fit its people, or the people to fit its world? That is what we struggle with the most. Cut does not have to be a bad thing, it can be what's right, for you or for the world. Making space for what exists, without allowing it to be erased. Those which the world abandons die, which is unacceptable. Or they will become another world, which is also unacceptable.
A kind of violence. Like smashing the Earth into the moon, hoping for togetherness, and killing everyone instead. We didn't find the right solution, but at least we knew which was a wrong one. Ah! Ah! Oh, cool. Alva's being a freak.
Yep.
Ah! I need to take a sip of my water. Ugh. Subject. Regarding Mecha 1, Mare Crisium. Origin, ship self-design notes. Author, Dr. Nix. In a ship self, you don't have to worry about dying, not in the same sort of way. A ship self, you know, isn't even a weapon. It's a body for living and traveling in space, and it is equipped for doing the sorts of things that humans need to do, like fighting. The ship self, which lets you express like it's your own body, better than your own body, is a machine that's for falling in love and having fights. It's formed to literally suit us. It bears only the most abstract resemblance to something designed to kill another human being. The most efficient possible form for ending lives as quickly as possible wouldn't look anything like a human, and that's why Europa designed them from a child's toy. The ship self isn't the perfect form for war. It's a form that by nature turns war into something else. Part of this is due to humanity's relative weakness in space, separated from the origin of our gravity. Even with the power of a tidal reactor, we've barely come close to developing a ship self with gravitational and metacultural authority equivalent to a human being's on Earth.
While humans on Earth need to devote most of this authority to keeping their shape, identity, and differentiation from other humans, a ship's self is less authoritative even than this, though in space they have fewer restrictions than humans on Earth. If a ship's self were to make planetfall, it would be crushed under human pressure and rendered lifeless. Something love for in robots. Yeah. Subject: Iapetus Evaluation. Origin: Memorial Foundation Executive Committee Minutes. Author: Operations Decommission Chair, Europa. No, it's gratifying to know you share my suspicions as well. As I understand that it is the purpose of this committee to prepare for any eventuality, that this particular possibility hadn't crossed your minds was beginning to worry me. Oh, I'm no less worried now, but you're asking how to deal with Iapetus. That sense of superiority he has is not a weakness. It is truly dangerous, not just unpleasant. If he seems gracious or forgiving about a loss, it's only because he is utterly confident he will eventually be able to surpass you. But he's a realistic man. He will find the easiest route. Merely coming out on top in the end is enough. He wouldn't consider the quality of how he got there. In fact, it would reinforce his sense of superiority to know he surpassed you without having worked as hard as you did. He's shockingly good at predicting others, except for the moments in which he has wildly underestimated one. These fascinate me in particular. He can be so uncanny when it comes to gleaning specifics from trivial behavior, and then he's blindsided by the most obvious conclusions. His lack of respect for interiority is quite stunning. His win rate without having it should appall everyone with the general respect for human beings. Come on, Europa. It's weird when you won't order me. Can't you see I'm hesitating? Show some politeness. It's weird to see you hesitate. You don't do it. Then stop making it more weird, if you please. Let a woman be weird for once. I have no problems returning to the colony. I wouldn't have thought you would have more hang-ups than me. You have no regrets? No pain? At any of your training or your service in the war? About anything that happened there? About the people you met there? I don't have any problems returning to the Lagrange colony for this mission. The academy, where you shaped us all, no. I'm happy to put it to rest. I was a real idiot, so I don't mind seeing it trashed. Or trashing it a little more to stop that celestial mechanics pilot from taking back the Lagrange reactor. I've taken an interest in Saturn. Professionally, she's a dangerous enemy. Me when I lie. Sol, you weren't here, but for context, Saturn and Lunaterra made out last time. So, she was in Iapetus's division, but she was, yes, very clever. The Lagrange reactor is a worthless shard of nostalgia. Iapetus must be truly egomaniacal to send that prototype unit after it. That's a bad sign. The worst fights always happen over something worthless. That sounds like a dangerous enemy to me. Don't try this to get promotions, by the way. You say that like you've tried it. Yes, but, well, yeah, she is a dangerous enemy, but her interest is definitely not purely professional. It's certainly a trap, but you know that. It's still a chance to get one over and stop that pilot if you're prepared to be serious. I'm always serious. Are you serious enough to stop playing? I'm not playing. Whether you are serious or playing isn't a matter of how you feel about it. It's a matter of whether you are committed or not. Or if you're playing because you simply can't decide.
You can't play forever.
I told you, I still haven't decided. I'm not closing off the future until the last moment. Decide what you want about the future when the future comes. No, fuck you! That's not how this works! But you will never move from this point if you don't decide how you feel about that pilot.
Europa.
Oh dear, you are feeling guilty again. Well, that's to be expected. I don't mind if you lose against that one or win. Just choose, right? You don't have to tell me. I know what happens if I don't. I don't think I like celestial mechanics. And I don't like the idea of fun. No, fuck! No! That's not what I wanted to do! Shit! Fuck! No! Hold on. Hold on. No, I'm gonna go back and speedrun. No, back to main menu. No, I'm not doing that. Because that is not what I wanted to do. Okay. Comms. Mission select. Launch. This one. There we go. And now I have to do the other one. Comms. Mail-in alerts. Read this. Read this. Mission select. This one. I like Cradle's Graces. I think Cradle's Graces is probably my favorite faction. And I fucking hate, I fucking hate the other one. The one that Lunaterra sided with. Which is why I made Lunaterra lose all the time. Yeah, okay. Alright, here we go again. I don't like the Memorial Foundation. But I don't like the sound of this either. Particularly fun way. No. I want actual fun. Not long ago, the Academy Gardens were beautiful, and they were warm. Now they are colder than space, because no feeling is as cold as wet is, not even vacuum. Under the stability of artificial gravity, Lagrange Colony was as Earth. Maybe even a little bit more. In being more Earth than Earth was, it was also less. And so Memorial Foundation Existential Safety ordered it abandoned first when the space program was decommissioned. Not everyone agreed, and then there was a fight, and then the colony became like this. Ruined, in a way only human things can be ruined. The reactor was shattered, and with it, all possibility for life and culture. Yet still, some of it lingers. Moss grows. Objects gather. Sometimes there are whispers, tidal memories, etched into space-time by the humans who spent too short a time there. True space is more of a numb feeling. It's the cold of nothing, and it feels like nothing too. I'm not so lost in nostalgia I can't tell when I'm not alone. And I know I'm not alone, so say something. So you did come. You're always close by. And you're always hiding something. And you're always just out of reach. Even though I have seen your face, I feel like I haven't. Even though I've shot you through the heart, it feels like I never touched you. Maybe you're just dense, Lunatera. I felt those plenty. I should say that about you, in fact. Lunatera, maybe you're the one who never came close enough to touch me. Am I just that good? Or are you holding back? You're slippery. And you've gotten better, too. What makes you say that? I don't already know where you are this time. I must have been doing pretty awful before then. No, you weren't. But it's still unbelievable that you've gotten so good in such a short amount of time. So I don't believe it. There's no hiding how much I suck, huh? No, the opposite. There's no way you weren't this good before. That's not true. You've definitely been trained, haven't you? I never fought other pilots. Did you fight something else? That doesn't count. It was nothing but training and then nothing. The existential threat was never real. It was a trick of the light, and our weapons pierced it with 100% accuracy every time, and no one was ever hurt, and it never became real enough to fight. That's true. It's also true that this isn't a real fight either. You were right when you called it play fighting. These machines were never designed with practicality in mind. They simply aren't made with the intention to kill. I read plenty of Dr. Nix, I don't need the lecture. And you're not even explaining it right. They did make ship selves with practicality in mind. They made them specifically in a shape that would allow for death and war. That would not allow for death and war. Dr. Nix just didn't want an end to conflict. Because that's silly. You can't be human without it. Death defeats the purpose of conflict, which is how humans communicate and change. Death and war and conflict. The ship self signals the fundamental transformation of human conflict from suffering into love. If you know it, explain it the right way. You knew Dr. Nix, you might have a harder time taking it seriously. I'm not part of Cradle's graces for a reason, you know. I'm not that dumb. Not that I don't get the appeal of wanting to be that dumb. Just kidding. No, I do too. Pluto has that effect, doesn't she? Yeah, I feel dumb every time. She really makes you want to believe with your whole heart. Even if you never really quite can. And neither can she all the way through. She just tries very hard. Lunatera,
Why are you really here? To stop me from taking a worthless artifact to fall into an obvious trap for another chance at stopping me once and for all? To rack up the glory and take all the errant children home for Memorial Foundation? To mess me up? Or to make out with me? Saturn feels herself growing in Lunaterra's eyes. Suddenly, clearly seen. Wasn't I just perfectly clear? What's this ship body for anyway? I'm here to communicate. Ah, Lunaterra. You're really shallow and kind of dumb. I'm honest. Finally. You're lucky that's enough. Are you ready for that, though? I don't think you're ready. Well, I think I'm ready. You want me to check? I won't give an inch. I'm not like you girls. I'm not a cosmic glow of energy in the dark. Still, I'm metal, and I'm sharp. You really think I'm not like that too? But I'm already behind you. It's a double lie, because the movement is to her left, but Saturn is coming from behind. LT's instincts are too good for her to not twitch fire to her left even as she realizes it's just bullshit. But then there's nothing. The feeling of being so close to being struck that she can't tell if she was or not. Are you really not like us girls? I'm nothing special, like I said. What? From behind? Exactly. But you dodged it. It wasn't real. Nothing to dodge. Obviously! That's the part that's hard. I'm fighting for real, just like you wanted. You're the one who wants that. Fine. Dodge this! Lunaterra's vision fills with pink, the neuroelectric toxin melting into her skin. It feels hallucinatory, weird, stubborn, aggressive, vulnerable. Just like Saturn. In the poison electric haze, Lunaterra feels a little like Saturn. Ah! Got you! I love being wrong sometimes, you know? I like not being Memorial Foundation's perfect ace. It doesn't really seem to suit you, if I'm being perfectly honest. Neither does playing by the rules. If ship selves don't play by the rules when you're fighting, it stops looking like fighting. Oh yeah? What does it start looking like? Also, that's not where I am. Fire. Are you willing to bet on it? Yeah. Then go! Stakes of hard light are fine for flirting, but that's not what this is. The Mycresium spear, made for reconciling the Earth and the Moon, is meant to be used up close. It's the distance where skin touches skin, the obligation that humans have for other humans. Hard like gravity, and warm like light. If no one has been worse at wielding that duty than Lunaterra, she's all the more the one who should be carrying that weight. Saturn only realizes after, when the lightness and heaviness starts to lift, that it hit her, too. Sometimes wielding a spear is a metaphor. Yeah, I wonder what kind of metaphor that could be. I wonder what shape a spear is. Wow, I didn't think it was even possible to have a gravity less suited to you, let alone for you to be so good at using it. I really hate being in charge, actually, and I'm bad at it, too. But sometimes you're the only one left who can do it. Even if you hate it, and it's totally self-destructive. Fuck! Especially then. Everyone makes Lunaterra top. Lunaterra, she can't get bottom surgery. Sometimes I think, why do we have to fight anymore? Let's just do this other obscene other thing, the thing that fighting could be. And then you say something like that, and I want to fight you so bad. You wouldn't get it. You're hilarious. It makes me want to see you squirm. Like, in a nice way, though. You can try. Aha. What? It's just funny. I love it when you play cool. 'Cause you're not. Let's communicate aggressively. That's what humans do. Sure. I've already given up on that worthless reactor. They're never gonna scold me enough to make me regret this. Yes, chat, they're fucking! Sometimes girls want to be impaled by other girls. Also normal. Yeah, no, yeah. Yep. They do not make love. They clank hard. Ow. I choked. I choked on water. Fuck. String of pearls is squishy. I choked on water. Only the Maricresium is cold and metallic. Which is fitting for Lunaterra. Valuable squishy noises. I think, yeah. Heaven Will Be Mine is a game about trans lesbians. And also Saturn too, I guess, who is not, like, explicitly trans the way that the others are. But, I fuck with Saturn. And Saturn can be a trans woman to me. It's January 30th, 1981, and the day is almost here. The deadline to save everyone who came up to space with us, fought with us, tried to bring everyone up with us. If we shut down the lunar gravity well, there won't be any choice left. The power that keeps our ship selves in check will fall apart, and we won't have anywhere else to go but home. If we kill the dream, no one will die. We really, really hope that's true. No one should die in space. No one should die, period. No one has to die, because ship self-combat is shimmering missiles of light, cosmic explosions, electricity that sears through the soul. Blade science is impossible for a human to produce. Dances of combat without end. A fight against ideas with toys. Humans would never show that sort of compassion to each other. Thanks, Automod. I will allow that. Please, let me allow that. That is not homophobic. That's normal. Automad was complaining about you saying very trans. Thanks, Twitch. Saturn at bare minimum is honorary trans, in that whatever she's got going on, whether she's technically cis or not, she's trans about it. Yeah, no, I agree. Anyway, what was I saying? Earth's answer is a single atomic particle fired at near light speed directly into the cockpit core. A true weapon from a military force. The quickest, most efficient, instantaneous, unavoidable way to kill a human. The most boring possible way to pointlessly die. No drama, no meaning, just nothing. It's January 30th. 1981. In the end, they might get everything they want, in the way that no one wants. If we open up the lunar gravity well, then we can establish forever another Earth. And maybe another. We can inhabit the whole system. But that will cut humanity in two, and more. The distance will be so much further. Everything we have will be even farther from them. How much are we going to lose? How much will we never be able to give them? The moon is very close to being part of Earth. It's full of life, and humans can live here now. It feels impossible, and I don't want to give it up. We should break it off forever, shouldn't we? All I want is to stitch these two humanities together. But if one of us dies as a result, I will fight forever to keep that precious thing alive.
Lunatera thinks that killing off the character she likes in Gundam is bad, actually, and you should write better stories where they make out instead. No, Lunatera doesn't. Well, Lunatera kind of does think that, but I think Pluto thinks that the most. I think Lunatera sees the value in the characters dying, but she thinks that it's fucked up and terrible, and she hates it. She's like me in that way. She thinks they deserve something better, but that's what happened.
It's January 30th, 1981. They don't name it, because naming it gives it power, but not naming it gives it more. It must be in every corner, behind every door, far, far away in the spaces between stars. It is defined and categorized in every human culture, and it is deliberately omitted from explicit naming conventions by Memorial Foundation in favor of a euphemism less captivating to the imagination, such as existential threat, rather than a specific word that would stimulate the imagination. But a trick like this will not work. In the euphemism is a hollow void that can hold all fears and all possibilities.
They even fix Shinji's whole deal. Real.
Through gravity, humans decide what is real and what is not. But what is not does not stop existing, and it, like humans, can decide. It's the kiss of inverse, everything that humans can imagine but can't become. The shortcut to attaining it is to forsake everything that humans already are. If a bunch of idiots get tricked into going there, it would make a very convenient enemy for Earth. That's their real fear. Before that happens, I will tell you a little secret. Ready? Saturn, Celestial Mechanics Test Pilot.
Fuck this game! I'm normal.
Receiving report. Report data unverifiable. Awaiting manual acceptance. Report accepted. Damage to Lagrange colony indicates most likely fulfillment of duties. Incoming alert all Memorial Foundation troops. Prepare for landing on Moon Base. Alert. Cradle's Graces and Celestial Mechanics troops have seized control of the gravity well. We must prepare for the confrontation we have always feared. But there's still hope. We will bring everyone home safe. We have Earth on our side. Will we be prepared?
There's a predecessor? No, I have not played the predecessor. We know the devil.
I didn't know that existed. Generating new assignments. Assignment. Scouting mission. Verify status of Earth-controlled automatus military units. Assignment. Free time. Spend as much as you wish before the final battle. Your record is clear. Indicate you have understood new orders. Yeah. Ready for gravitational catapult. Welcome home. That's kind of awesome. That's kind of awesome. No, let's do comms first. You've had more than a few fights with that Celestial Mechanics pilot at this point, haven't you? Yes, fights, exactly. You've really met your match. In terms of troublesomeness, I think she has me beat. Did you know her? Saturn? A Generation 3 pilot. I was only in charge of the combat operations, and the third generation never saw combat, even against the existential threat. Of course I knew her, though. She was one of Yaptis's top candidates. He used a variety of methods to artificially jumpstart extreme tidal sensitivity and otherwise unremarkable pilot candidates. I thought none of it worked. The first ship cells had manual controls. To bridge the gap between your intentions and the energy of the tidal reactor is a complex language, a conversation between yourself and the machine with advanced mathematics. You use your hands, but it is a fundamentally mental approach. Dr. Nix wanted to achieve communion through the soul. Oh, I see. That's pretty cool. Huh. Neat. I might take a look then. Theophatus, however, felt that the direct interface with the body would be the most efficient. Teach the body, and the mind and soul would follow. It sounds dangerous. Also made up. It's all made up. There is nothing inherently wrong in using the body as a primary medium. However, he inflicted the intentions of the ship selves on the pilots, rather than teaching them to express their intentions outward. He wanted subjects, not actors. It's impossible to read the rhetoric of his methodology any other way. Was Saturn particularly resistant? Is that why she was downgraded from the primary candidate? No, she was intensely loyal, like another pair of hands and eyes for Iapetus. It was the opposite. She accepted all of those intentions perfectly. She was perfect. You see the problem, don't you? A doll like that doesn't have the will to compete in tidal conflict. Why are you telling me this? You realized in the end, you'd created someone as boring as he was. It took a long time for you to learn how to be a person after having been forced to be someone else. Don't forget how to be tender to Hellions, Lunaterra. Oh. Subject: Lost Story. Origin: Ambient Tidal Forces. Author: A Rivalry. Who is this? Yeah, the devil destroyed me when first experienced. I was waiting for this chance. Me too. Thanks for obliging. Anytime. But I'd love for this to be the last time. Oh yeah? Do you have a plan for arranging that? Or are we just gonna fight forever without end? Do you win when your win ratio tips over 50%? It's climbing for sure. I can't deny it. You're slipping. Getting lazy? I'm just bored. I don't want to win an argument. I don't want to win a fight. I just wish you were dead, okay? Me too. But I can't kill you. And I don't really want to either. Well, same. Man, don't talk about Nath. You know, that pisses me off. Don't say their name then, maybe. Maybe they died because they were tired of us having the same fight over and over and again forever. Are you kidding? They lived for it. Man, what a bitch. I know, right? I really miss them. Me too. Want to fight about it? Man, jeez. Sure, I get it. Subject. Fuck space. Origin. Ambient title information. Author. A loss. You know what? Fuck space. It is complete garbage. The secret no one here ever wants to admit is that space is boring and empty and it's desolate and lifeless. It's not romantic and it doesn't care about us. They embellish dull gray photographs of dust with beautiful colors to pull our heartstrings, but the reality is nothing but different shades of gray, the palest colors. But you know what? That's not even the most embarrassing part. The most embarrassing part is that humans can't do anything better than imagine space as just like Earth, but a little different, filled with people who are like us, but a little different. Well, hey, guess what? That's just Earth, idiots! You're projecting! Why do you need space to think about Earth? Why are you ignoring all of the people and places on Earth that are like you, but a little different? Why is that dream more important than us? We're supposed to have dreams. We're not supposed to just live in them. That's why I'm breaking up. I want to go home. Sized moon of Venus that does not actually exist. That's very interesting. There's a soft consensus on who the author of Fuck Space must be. Hold on, how do I do her voice? Kind of like sad and pathetic. There we go. I kind of want to read the whole thing again in her voice, but whatever. That's just Earth, idiots. You're projecting. Watch Gundam, finally all of it in chronological order. Well, sad and... yeah, I am thinking Halloween. Was that an incorrect guess? Oh, her sister Triton. Interesting. Marathon Gundam at this point. Yes! Yes! I've decided to follow Halameed's watch order. Which is it's like a little bit insane, but it's like thematically interesting, so Ooh, Saturn and Moon and Terra. No. No, I'm doing that one last. I'm gonna do this one first. Unless, of course, I can't do both of them at once, which would be fucked. Gundam has failed to do this to you, but you watched the original Evangelion series. Oh yeah, Evangelion is fucking incredible. I really liked Gundam Witch. And I'm like watching through the other series as well. The original series is quite good. Okay. New orders, Lunaterra. Get out for a while. What? Oh, really? You don't need me on standby? Yes, but you're making everyone anxious. The pacing and sighing is becoming melodramatic. Even worse, some of the girls are beginning to find it very attractive. Show them some mercy and give yourself a break, please. Sorry about that. I just snapped at one of the deck mechanics. I am getting tired. I know, and it's given her a disgusting crush on you, so please leave before more of my crew become compromised. I still don't get why that happens. That you don't is less of a saving grace than you might think.
It's good that you're not full of yourself, but you have no awareness of your own value. I'm aware. It's not a mystery to me why someone would like to earn the approval of someone who treats them as if they don't deserve it. It's an intoxicating feeling. So why do they think I wouldn't want that too? I am just as greedy and childish. It annoys me. I'm not an invincible monster. I need the same things. Oh, grow up. You're no different than any of my other girls. You're the only one who thinks you actually have to be this made-up person. What? You think you're going to teach Pluto to not take on the burdens of those who she cares about, when you can't even throw off your own entirely self-inflicted ones? You know my girls aren't stupid enough to not see what a fool you are alongside your strength. They wouldn't find you so charming otherwise. Didn't you learn anything from your terrible relationship with my tragically pathetic niece? I learned to not pretend I could give someone what she wanted. Wrong! You should have learned that just because someone likes you doesn't mean they don't also know you're an idiot. No one needs you to be stronger. You need to let yourself be weaker. Do that quickly, so I don't have to hear any more complaints. From you or those girls. Aren't you tired of hearing them yourself? The Terra Headlights expression is so good. I know exactly what you're talking about, and yes. Dead-eyed and good at sex. Evangelion was extremely impactful to, yeah, after. You never watched anything after the original 26 episodes. You should watch End of Evangelion. That's the file name for it. Well, yeah, no, I figured, but I also know exactly what it is, and it is very good. You should watch End of Evangelion. It's very good. I don't really have anything to say about the, like, the remake series or whatever. Or all of the other Evangelion series after. I don't have anything to say about it. I didn't watch them. I don't particularly intend to, because I'm not super interested. I thought that the original series and also the movie was good enough. They exist. I'm doing this. It's mid-afternoon, but only half the sky knows it. The burned gold fades into reds, pinks, purples, and night at the edge where the moon's terraforming abruptly ends. Such an outlandish light, like standing in the middle of a day and night. An unsteady feeling to be on the precipice of a hole between a world and not a world. The boundary between Earth and space is here. Terraforming engines... Fuck! Go back! Go back! Terraforming engines dutifully pour blue, white, and green into the craters in the barren rock, with the elements of air, water, and life. It will continue until the moon is the Earth, and the Earth is the moon, cosmologically, philosophically, literally. The long-awaited unification of Luna Terra. I want to watch it forever, even though it's not going to keep going forever. There's a pleasure in watching something happen slowly, like keeping track of the moon in the night sky. You can see it happening inch by inch. You have to be patient, but it's such a satisfying feeling. Luna Terra looks up from her resting spot on Mari Crisium's foot. You ever watch it like this, Pluto? I thought I had finally snuck up on you for once. I'm still not as crafty as Saturn, darn. You were pretty close before I noticed you. It could have been a surprise if you really wanted a surprise attack. I wanted to see how long you'd trust me with your back.
How'd I do? Great, until you tried to be clever at the end. Oops, I'm definitely going to get yelled at again. You got yelled at? Like I was in the academy again. It wasn't great. I wish I could have seen it. I'm really glad you didn't. I've seen all your most embarrassing expressions, but I never get tired of seeing more. It's no use hiding them from me. Fine, fine, I give up. Wow, you should get humbled more often. It's making you really cute. You don't want to fight this time? I was hoping we could do it honestly, for real, for once. It might be our last chance for that sort of fight. I was thinking that too, but it's our last chance to take a walk like this. Today I want to do that instead. It's not like the end of walks are at stake. There's going to be more walks, Lunatera. But not exactly like this. I like it in the middle of things. The stillness of change. In the halves and in-betweens. So like you to be rooting for them, Lunati. Okay, though, because you asked. You never ask for anything, so you should get it when you do. Come with me. I want to show you something. What they find is a waterfall, or something that's trying to be a waterfall. The rushing water flows through the canyon until the atmosphere becomes too thin and the sun becomes so bright it turns to vapor and dissolves. A rush of water stopping abruptly, yet very slowly. The point where it stops is moving forward. Eventually the atmosphere will take hold, and the sun won't be able to strip the air and water from the moon. It's one of the last valleys left where space is still here, where nothing and inverse still exists, instead of everything and us. I thought it'd make you happy. You love lilacs still? Oh wow, they grow so fast here, I wonder how. I think the seasons are playing tricks with them. But look, they're trying to grow right into the line of the sun. You can follow the trail until they burn in the sunset. They'll keep crawling until they reach the valley. They're so unbelievable. Humans can overcome even this. Do sights like this still make you feel kind of sad? A little, but humans still deserve it, so I can't stay upset. This won't be the moon anymore, but part of the Earth. And I want to hold the human and the alien together. We'll lose something if we don't. I wish it could be in that middle place forever. We grasp for something new, but we lose everything we touch. I just want lilacs. And a home. A space with room for us. Wherever that is. How much would you give up to have that? A lot. How much would you? All I would need to make that choice is for you to make me feel that way, Lunati. How do I do that? Convince me everything's going to be okay. That we won't be losing anything, even though we will. Make me feel that way once again. Well, we're no stronger, smarter, more perfect than any human beings on Earth, first of all. Second, there's no place more beautiful on the moon than anywhere on Earth. Really think. Nothing else in the universe looks that different, that beautiful, that incredible. Third, touching ship to ship isn't any different than touching body to body. We can speak that same language with just our own flesh. It's just a metaphor anyway. You can be human anywhere. That we did it up in space just means that we can do it back on Earth too. We know the language. First, we would never have been allowed to grow up like we did here back on Earth. Second, space is cool. Third, giant robots are impossibly cool, and nothing you can possibly say will change that fact. we're all we have. The world made me awful, and I had to fight so hard just to be provisionally recognized as human. So I don't know why I miss it so bad. I wish you could tell me. My standards probably are bad. This part sounds stupid, but I don't want to believe we couldn't also be happy on Earth. No matter how good the future is, that our happiness isn't that fragile. You know, you say you have very little faith, but I think you have more than me. You don't want to give up. You have so much faith, you want to keep going, even if you believe it's totally pointless. You're obscenely stubborn. Things could be much different. You and me especially. We're very, very lucky. If we'd been born in space, we would have been even luckier. But you only get so much. I worry about what we would be like if that hadn't happened. For me or for you. If what happened, would it have taken us even longer? I already feel like I became a person too old when we spend our lives without ever... We'd have found another way. Somehow. In Earth or space, no one is ever born whole. We got there eventually, didn't we? Heh. I think so too. So I'd like to believe that no matter what, we could live and be happy. Even in mortal bodies on our boring, awful home. I mean, they can't undo what we've done. When they take us back, they will have to make us part of them. Isn't that the simplest, sneakiest way to get everything we always wanted? You really make me believe sometimes, Unitera. Giant robots are still really cool, though. Well, I tried. Maybe it worked. It might be too late, but maybe it convinced me. You know I trust you, even when I can't. Come on, let's go smell the flowers. I want to touch them. I want to see if they're as pretty as I remember from Earth. It's not quite 9.8 meters per second squared yet here on the moon, but it's getting there. And the lilacs smell wonderful, and they're soft, and the air in the water is like a dream, a real thing. You're really warm. And you're really cold. Still, you're right. Skin to skin isn't ship to ship, but it's nice too. It feels exactly the same in a different way. No more or less. I missed you so much. I'm here. I'm right here. You really are. You're really so bold. You're really still so bold, Lunati. I mean, I'm teasing. Oh, okay. But that doesn't mean I'm also not offering. You're so mean to me. But you love it. You can be so strong when you're not trying to be strong. Fuck. Fuck. Chad. Chad. Fuck. 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 Yeah, I need a moment. I need a moment. God. uh I'm back. I'm back. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm... I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish. Didn't you notice, Lunatera? Our base now is not far from the Sea of Crises, where your ship self was made and you first sortied. It's nostalgic, isn't it? Huh. It is, isn't it? Reminds me of when we were fighting some theoretical alien existential threat and not each other. Would you prefer those days? I don't think so. No, I definitely wouldn't. I like being less stupid. Fighting with people was better than not even thinking about people at all, instead of fantasies. Aren't you going to say that's still your problem? I know when I drilled you like little soldiers, I taught you the opposite too well, but I wouldn't mind if you had second thoughts. Europa, do you feel guilty? We should all feel guilty, but me and my peers especially. We caused this conflict to be played out, and we failed to teach you well enough to endure it. The future we had hoped you would live in was much too childish for you. I know. I didn't put the game up? Oh, shit. How did I do that? No, I want gamer 3. I... Okay, well, here's what I've been up to. You've been listening. You've been listening. It's fine. I know. I'm not upset about that, or I would never have come back here by your side again. I don't want your guilt. Or my guilt. What do you need, Lunatera? I would like to give me your orders. Without guilt, or regret, or expectation. Of course. Though I've raised you terribly, Lunatera, I've also been quite proud of you. She's always been so good, it's scary. I can't deal with good kids. That was Nyx's job. Heh, true. I don't hear a reason to trust me. Are you gonna ground me? You're my student, Lunatera. I don't have to trust you. Trusting you is not my concern. I can't keep you out of trouble anymore, or even tell you what to do. I can only advise my last remaining student. Whether you listen to me or not, or to that girl or not, whether you fulfill your duty to Memorial Foundation or betray us once more. You're getting too permissive in your old age. I've always been permissive, and I've always been old. I thought you said I was in charge. I will advise you no matter what decision you make, Lunatera. And not quietly. Then what's your advice, since I'm just going to do it? Don't get out of dealing with your ex by indulging your death wish. She's not my ex. Were you not together? Or is it not over? My advice is to not leave things ambiguous this time. Subject: the existential threat. Okay, there's no signature or anything. Author: Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Archives. It was composed of solid light and arrived in multitudes. They never arrived in the same shape, pattern, or texture twice. They were memorable, but indistinct. They were like and unlike things we have seen on Earth, and they could not be touched except through gravity. We could not determine where they came from, but they always headed towards Earth. We feared what would happen if they passed into Earth too much to learn what their intentions were for coming here were, and our pilots defeated them, without fail, without any hesitation, without any resistance, flawlessly, beautifully, obviously. The truth has always been that the existential threat is much weaker than humans, no matter what we call it, and there was refusal to name precisely at all times the substance and nature of the existential threat. First of all, by referring to it as the existential threat, Memorial Foundation international jargon, rather than by common local cultural names. From the failures of the Scout program on Earth, there was a desire to both separate the pilots as much as possible from earthly preconceptions. We did this to understand the new ways in which our pilots could be human, and we did this also to understand how the existential threat would change in corresponding ways, complementing their new humanity. Existential threats are always weaker than us, but they have ways that we do not, and they are always waiting in the corners of the world, looking to overcome us in other ways. In the case of the existential threat as it existed in space, we created a weapon, the crude macula, powerful enough to defeat them once and for all, single-handedly, and we did so, and we lost every reason to be in space, and we ended all mystery and possibility. So it is surprising that in filling the void, it became the pilots who took the role of the existential threat, as it is known to occur on rare occasions on Earth. The fleets are already in motion. Are you ready? No problem. I'm only worried about that trickster from Celestial Mechanics. No end of trouble. You don't sound too unhappy about that. I suppose that trouble will end soon, one way or another. It's simply recon this time, but it's on the near side of the moon. An Earth military is there, with autonomous devices. They're in very high orbit, but they will descend rapidly if they notice gravitational variability. The ship self is a shape intended for humans to exist in space, outside of Earth's pole. It isn't intended for war. The military is here with that most direct of intentions, so don't let them achieve it. Funny that the planetary sphere doesn't seem to think we're on the same side. There is nothing funny about it. We are not on the same side. We are complicating the problem. We can't let it go as much as Cradle's Graces or Celestial Mechanics can't. Earth has graciously allowed us considerable leeway in dealing with the closing of the space program and our teams. Broken and naive as they find us, Memorial Foundation International begged them to let us try to bring the wayward children back home bloodlessly. So we should be thankful that they're just watching and not descending to rout us. Most of Earth would find any loss of human life to space unacceptable, but less and less of Earth considers us fully human. So the mission isn't just to protect any stragglers from getting themselves killed by the forces we're trying to save us from. Or we're trying to save them from. You don't think we can trust them. If I trusted them to handle it, I would not have led you, the children of space, to fight this conflict. Do you think we can do it? Bring everyone back to Earth? There's a reason I'm not having you interfere with the opening of the gravity well. Everyone will be in one place, at least. What Celestial Mechanics and Cradle's Graces hope will be their salvation could be ours, too. We're on a tight deadline for something that might be that impossible. Win what's in front of you, and worry about that later. It's winter on the near side of the moon, which means it will be half a month before this hemisphere sees day again. The frosted forest will see spring in a week, summer the week after, and fall a week after that. A year of seasons in a month-long day. Even terraformed, could humans live like that? On the near side, though, at least the Earth will always be in the sky, eternally huge, shining with authority and kindness, unlike its agent, who hangs in the corner of the sky like a migraine aura. There's nothing extraneous about its shape. It is here to do just two things: look, then kill. When Saturn flew a millimeter too high, the autonomous military unit looked, then killed, but just too slow, and Lunaterra pushed her away and dragged them both deep in the winter forest. The unit looks twice as hard. It's been encouraged to not miss twice.
Shh, don't make a sound. You're being too noisy. I get that a lot, but this time I'm not making any noise, so don't tell me to be quiet. You're the one flitting all over the place.
They're listening for gravity. Vibrations are not the kind of noise that they care about. So keep moving and don't make noise in your heart. Don't make a sound in all possible senses. Don't make a sound physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Calm down. They don't like it if you're not calm.
First of all, that makes no sense. And secondly, I refuse.
I don't think you should die, so think of something else to do instead, because they could kill you. Unlike me or any ship self, so think about as little as you can, okay? And keep your tidal reactor's output to a minimum. It helps to make yourself be like an object. You will be a thing that other things happen to, rather than an agent. That's what it's looking for, agency, so that it can make it seize immediately.
You know, I'm absolutely super good at that. I have a lot of experience with it, so I'm absolutely not going to.
Well, me too. That's why I suggested it. But you're right. I shouldn't have suggested it like that. How about this instead? Start by thinking about the Earth. The autonomous device becomes visible instantaneously. It doesn't look anything like a ship self and bears no resemblance to a human shape because there's no intention for its design to accommodate humans. That's the opposite of what it does. It has nothing to express, only a function to perform.
What did I do?
Probably thought too hard about Earth, but all the same.
It's so creepy. That's supposed to represent Earth? It doesn't even look like humans made it.
Really? I think it's rather appropriate. It doesn't look human at all. They can detect an artificial gravity reactor, but they don't really know what to do unless they can lock a target and kill it. So if it can't verify what it is, it won't do anything.
It feels so heavy suddenly. What is this?
I'm telling you, that's the Earth. Real gravity. It's very, very heavy. You can feel its authority? That's the gulf between us and a planet.
I know that.
I guess it feels really different to feel it in person. You're saying a way to avoid it? Do you remember being a normal kid, even for a little bit? Or do you remember the last time you acted convincingly like one? Obviously. I was a really good kid, you know? It's checking your gravity against a script, and it thinks, sorry, it doesn't think. It just checks that variance. Aren't I pretty excessively varied by now? Just wait there a second. It's hard to teach on the spot.
It's not that I don't know the idea. Ugh. How are you so good at it?
It sounds like you kind of hate that I am. I promised I wouldn't die, but I'm mad I have to do this. Lunaterra crawls slowly through this frostbitten green crater, to where Saturn is curled among cold desert junipers. The dark, barely perceptible dot monitors them in the pale Earthlight, so precisely waiting. It's easier to hide if their ship selves are turned off, or as close to that as a ship self can be. So they climb outside, to the cold lunar winter, to wait. I'm here. Are you doing okay? No, obviously. I'm scared. Me too. So forget what I said. I hate doing that too. You warm laying there? You're not warm at all. At least your boobs are soft. The autonomous unit doesn't like flirting, huh? You should think instead about how you're keeping a secret. Keeping it really close. Waiting for the perfect moment. And no one else can know. Okay, I can do that. That's not as bad. Is it that big a difference? There is infinite difference between someday and never. I have extremely forgotten how to be patient, but I know the difference. You're right. It really is important to never forget. It's still not going away. Yeah, it's a lot more patient than us, huh? It's looking at you, too. Aren't you on their side? Just because we want Earth back doesn't mean Earth wants us back. Ah! Ah! So Memorial Foundation really is that stupid. Maybe. In their eyes, we're as bad as you. So why go back? Because fuck them! They don't want anything to do with us. Memorial Foundation thinks it's optimal for humanity to return, but I think many humans think it would be just fine if we died. That just makes me want to come back to Earth even more. Ah! Spite I can understand. I can be petty too. I want back, even if only for spite. We will bring them back a little taste of what it is like to be us. They're afraid that we might bring something back with us. And they should be. Much more than they already are. That's what I want. Knowing that you're just as petulant and petty as me in this week, too, makes me reconsider you. In a good way. It's wonderful. Maybe makes me want to fall in love. Oh. Huh. I said maybe. Don't get full of yourself. Sorry. There's no way we're getting any more than half of what we want, at best. You're only hoping for half of what you want, so I wonder if you'll even get that if you get it. I don't expect things to go my way, but, you know. I hope you're coming along, wherever it is. Sure, then you know, LT, whichever way we go, we're going together. In this cosmic glow, we're going wherever we're going together. I love you. Get used to me now. You made me go upside down on purpose again. You're so good at evasion, but scoring a direct hit is so easy. You win. It'll be nice to see the end of every world, but this one alongside you. See, the machine's already bored. Or not bored, but uncomprehending, and then it lost interest. But I'll stay here with you until it leaves for good.
Because fight or flight. Because flight or fight. Petty bitch to petty bitch. Lab rat to upperclassman brat. What really? Do you maybe love me too?
You want things long distance. You want to break up. You want to fight. A messy fight and then get back together. You can't have it both ways. How selfish can you be? Humanity breaks up or humanity gets to act together. Which is this? You want to still be friends? It's never gonna happen. You want us to be different and together? No. There are some lines you can't cross. Change too much and you won't be human. Change too much and we won't understand or recognize each other. We don't have hearts strong enough. Luna. You know I wish we did. But I know they don't. If you come crawling back, they'll accept you. If you leave, they will let you. But they'll kill you if you try to change them. Thanks, babe. But I'm still an idiot. The Cradle's Grace's fleet is small and weak, and they're desperate. With the dream of space dying, there's no time left, no chances left. The decision has already been made. Humans don't need space. It's one thing to go home, another to leave forever. Both of those are just up to those of us in space. Neither of those require the strength to pull humanity from its cradle. That's a strength that no one has, and no one should even pretend they have the strength for it. With all of Cradle's Grace's hopes and dreams, Pluto will still try. The pilots bow out as the conclusion of the conflict becomes evident. No, it is now truly a war, because the autonomous military units have been arrayed against her for her transgression. This is no longer a fight between the humans of space, but a war with the Earth. The autonomous units ready their weapons, and in unison, they fire to kill. As if. Their trajectories bend away from Pluto, blushing at the sight of her. They refuse to meet her gaze. As expected, Crude Macula will convert the gravity well directly into the space and time and culture necessary for the future, and they will steal that future from her piece by piece by piece. This is unexpected, but not unprepared for, so Wave 2, Wave 3, Wave 4, Wave 10, Wave 36, Wave 150, Wave 460, Wave 1000, Wave 4569. They know she's not invincible. They know her real truth that no one who loves her can see. They have the patience and power to take it apart piece by piece. They will strip her down atom by atom if they have to, until she loses mass and gravity and becomes only a girl again. Pluto wouldn't mind if they were trying to kill her, but they have a much more important thing to kill. Cradle's Grace's future. The future of humanity as we know it depends on it. For that, they'll annihilate hers without hate, with only human efficiency and uncomplicated thoughts in mind. Join us, or leave us. Only through an autonomous proxy can Earth give up on the inexhaustible empathy of the human soul. Only through a proxy can Earth divorce itself from the longing that Memorial Foundation had fought on behalf of, to value their own life above all else. They will do anything, everything, to protect themselves from death, especially at their own hands. For ship selves can only change others and never kill. But that is the fear of Earth above all else.
The flawed, pathetic conscience of humanity playing catch-up to its own mistakes, doing more harm than good. So heavy, even Pluto can't bear it. How can she respond? How can she not respond to their pathetic, self-deceptive, self-destructive feelings? How can she say no when they need her so much? She can't. Acceleration tearing through space-time, crashing through the autonomous units at impossible speeds. Solid light, white and gold, bent and bleeding lance. Lunaterra understands over many years, after much training and teaching with dynamic technology, how to speak the word no. And her spear can write it. And it does. Sorry. You really should be. You really don't have any mercy. You really need to learn how to hold other people's feelings. I'm sorry for not knowing a better way to do it. But I'm not sorry for doing it. I don't care how they feel, I just care about you. The autonomous units fall into disarray. They don't know how to match her speed. Lunaterra rejects their attempts to comprehend her. You're the worst! What am I going to do with you? I didn't even want you to do that. Sorry. I did what I wanted to. You'd do the same for me. Even in my foolish future. If they can pull her on her empathy for Earth, they can also tug her desire to be free. And celestial mechanics has so many ways. This one is called Eversion Impulse. Iapetus despises fighting. He never wanted to develop the ship selves. He would prefer a simpler and less vulgar solution that didn't require bodies at all, of any kind. He's the first betrayer of celestial mechanics' dream for a new kind of body. Oh, shit, he's fucking, Gendo Ikari. But he understood it, because everyone can understand the dream to leave these bodies. And that was the name he gave to the instinct that drives humans to abandon what is, or what could be. The inside-out impulse. There's still time for his masterwork. Pluto can be that linchpin if she's pushed far enough, and the gravity well's forged child radius expands to the point at which she cannot escape. Past the limit at which point humans can no longer exchange information, past the limit by which it becomes impossible to regard each other as human. Iapetus loves win-win scenarios. Humanity's discarded children will be free of their obligations to be human. Humanity will have a physical, unified enemy to chase through their pursuit of space. And Iapetus will have sown the seeds of a single, binding, unified culture theory. A white void that will bend the universe to a single set of physical laws. A simple process of autonomous drones injecting degenerate mass into the gravity well is all that is necessary, as long as Iapetus holds Pluto off personally in his Roncevaux Terra. He even has a plan for Saturn, should she just choose this moment to betray him. A perfect plan.
Like deactivating my access permissions remotely through backdoor, overwhelming me with the mass production String of Purils series, inverting my gravity reactor through the Roncevaux Terra's albedo separation system. Oh, and even more plans than that. You're really so predictable.
Alert, attempting backdoor access to ship self String of Pearls.
Of course you'd have a solution for every contingency.
unable to find String of Pearls Series 00. Backdoor switch activated on mass production String of Pearls Series 0113.
You're so stupid! I don't even have to outsmart every single one of your ingenious ideas.
Sortie orders are fielded for String of Pearls Series 0113. Rontovo Terra is designated as their primary target.
Just one of them should be more than enough, but I really thought you deserved their full attention. Hey, Pluto. Unlike LT, I'm not even the slightest bit sorry. It is extremely dumb to fight for a stupid future all by yourself. So thank me from the bottom of your heart for coming to believe in it with you. Praise me for obeying what you never asked me to do. Love me for believing in you.
Of course. I really, really do. All my love and thanks and praise is for you. I won't even pretend to be mad at you.
Not like Lunaterra, then.
I am still connected. We know.
We know.
Back to the future. Back to the topic at hand.
It's the final battle, Lunaterra. There's no room to retreat.
Oh no, so bad for her. You really should.
You think the end of the world is enough of an excuse to change the subject?
It should be. It won't be the end of the world. The gravity well is open, but it's not sustainable for long. Whatever you're planning, you need to do it soon. You are both so precious to me, and you should know that even together, you cannot stop me.
Hey, don't just fucking dot. I thought you were going to convince her.
I have to do this, because I believe in it too. But Dr. Nix was willing to sacrifice the Earth, and I'm not. No matter what it costs. Cradle's Graces never wanted independence for space. They wanted all humans to embrace it. The solution is to destabilize the Earth's gravitational field until human life is no longer possible there, and force adaptation to space. Saving humanity against their own will, maybe, and destroying yourself in the process.
No way! Nix doesn't know what she's talking about! You're throwing yourself away on a dream that won't come true. And you were chiding me for not going in on my own future. The possibility lines have closed. There was no chance of a good future since before we started.
It's too sad. That's why I have to stand with Dr. Nix's dream. Humans deserve some kind of real hope. And this is as close to it as I can offer her.
Well, how mad will you be at us if we stop you?
I'd never be mad at you, even if you could. But for humans to be caught halfway between space and the Earth is the worst of all bad futures. It will split us in half, and that will mean war. It's the future of eternal war. Of true war, not this, where Zero-G keeps our bodies immortal and unrestricted.
I mean, if we really did declare independence from Earth, wouldn't they see how cool we are and come up anyway?
It's their choice, you know. You can't make it for them. That's their problem. You two really put up a fight. For a moment, I almost believed you. I really thought you might be able to stop me. My Cresium's spine is broken. The String of Pearls is subdivided into so many components its reassembly time is weeks out.
I can't blame us for trying.
I wouldn't have been able to do anything else. I really hate this. It's time to... The interfacer's broken.
Thank God, I thought you missed.
You didn't make the shot easy. I can't control the lunar gravity event anymore. I don't know what's going to happen. What can I do?
Sorry, we didn't think that far ahead.
We just wanted you to decide. Excuse me for a moment. So annoying. Okay, there we go. We just wanted you to decide. Not Dr. Nix. If you can't have anything, what is the thing you really want?
I don't know what kind of future we're gonna get. I'm not working with much.
Anything you do is fine if it's you. Don't listen to her. Just figure out something that doesn't suck. 3. Compress, redivide, expand. The simplest, childish thought grasps Pluto, bubbles up within her, and she says it before she can stop herself.
I want us to be together forever. In our beautiful shapes in space, free. With everyone. Of course, it isn't possible. Not enough people will believe in it. Earth is the primary body of this system, and the medium point between our gravity and its gravity is still deep within the Earth. Yet they cannot pull us down anymore. That will never happen. We are still in space, and the future is uncertain if we can even sustain it, but I declare war on the Earth. Come and get us again, if you find us again. I dare you. I challenge you to prove it once again. What foolishness. Humanity will happily oblige, yet they find that their autonomous troops are crushed before they can reach us. Humanity will have to fight us again, on our terms this time. Fight us like children fight, again, like bodies of plastic. Pretend. If you want to fight us, you'll have to be like us. I meant it when I said that I wished Pluto was right. But I also meant it when I thought otherwise. Who doesn't want the perfect future? Happiness for us all, and no one left behind. But there is a secret. We don't need a true ending. We can make a true ending out of any ending. We can make it without the true end. We can make it out of the best ending, or the second best ending, or a bad ending. Some of these might be bad endings, but we're going to keep going. Beyond the part where there's an ending. Until it's something else. There might still be more today. Let's bet against that. I'm so tired. They'll catch us off guard. So stay in your ship self. You want us to laze around still in your ship? Why not? Does it feel as nice? It's different, but it's better. You can't feel anything? Still got a lot to learn, Ace. Maybe I do. Let Pluto teach you. I'm taking a nap. No, you're helping.
No, you're helping. I'm tired. Shut up. So she says, but when she stretches out on the yellow-red carpet of Venus jungles, she doesn't go so instantly to sleep. There's room for both of them on Pluto's lap, which is an advantage of living in your ship self. You can do things that you normally couldn't, even if other things are harder. Harder doesn't mean impossible. It just means you have to work for it, to figure out how to make it real. Learning a new language that your new body speaks. Moments like these are rare, since we began a war against Earth, though we're quick to remind each other. It's not really a war, the way that war used to be. Not the hard clash of steel and lead, but the pliant pressure of plastic and light. Venus' heat melts their metal before they can make it here. When Earth wants to fight, they have to send softer bodies after us. The punishment we deserved for being unable to reconcile is this half-real solar system. The forests are still struggling on Mars. We're trying hard. And the jungles of Venus are growing so nicely, except they're too wild to give us room. The silicate mosses that grow along the rings of Saturn allow for a very fragile, delicate sort of life. We love these places anyway. They're becoming more and more like home.
All we need are more of us. And they come, descending in waves, trying to take us back. We beat them back every time, and sometimes one or two look around and decide, I'd rather stay here. And then there's more of us. Sometimes they succeed and take one of us back home. That's just as fine with us. We should go where we wish, live as we wish, and if our sisters get taken home, they bring a small part of us back to the earth. It can't go unchanged. Like Pluto always said, this future no one wanted is the only future that leads somewhere. A future she couldn't hold, and still can't hold, but she doesn't need to. We are holding it with her. We are holding it together, all together. We can hold this future. Earth isn't ready to accept us, and we're not ready to forgive Earth. That's okay. We don't have to be. Let's just fight about it. Let's just fuck over it. Let's break up and get back together again over it. If we lose on the terms we set, and that proves our point, so haha, we win. If you hate that logic and think it's stupid, come over here and mess me up about it. Come here and make out with me about it. We're going to live. We're going to live. We're going to live. We're going to live. Because we can't do anything else. Hey. Yeah. 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 Oh, hi. Maybe you should go back, watch the VOD. Watch the VOD. Watch the part before this. The part that killed me. And then watch it again, and watch it again and again. Oh, absolutely. You should go play yourself. You should. 100%. Go play Heaven Will Be Mine. Friends. I am going to be 100% honest. I don't know if I'm going to stream the rest of this game. I don't know if I'm going to stream the other routes. That neck's huge. I don't know if I'm going to stream the other routes. We're very close friends. I am going to stream Hello Charlotte. That's probably next. But God, this was beautiful.
This was incredible. I have I have nothing else to say, really. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was extremely transgender. Their other routes have unique males and comms that build even more on the setting and characters. I will play them. I don't know if I will stream them. Maybe eventually. Maybe eventually. We'll see. But, oh my god. Oh my god. That was... I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Oh. I haven't felt like this in so long. Oh. You'd love to see me play through them, but understandable if I'd prefer it to be a private experience. Maybe I will stream them. Maybe. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I just... It's, Thanks for the follow, Sol. Hello Charlotte first? Oh, I will absolutely play Hello Charlotte first. That's the plan. And that's fun too, because I can do my Charlotte voice, which I love to do. And that doubles as a little bit of voice training too, so not that I particularly care about voice training, honestly. I kind of want to I'm pretty comfortable with my voice as it is. Especially at this moment. I'm quite happy with this. Sometimes I do my voice a little bit more femme than I intend to, but that's neither here nor there. Thanks for the solo. Good stream, good game too. It's incredible. It's incredible. Thanks for sticking around through my little mental breakdown there. It's... I may find Charlotte to be a little different in Hello Charlotte 3. Interesting. It's just so relevant. It's just so relevant. And... I've been feeling a lot of things lately. As like a trans woman in as a trans woman in the United States right now, I've been feeling a lot, and this game gets it. It gets it. I have loved it every step. It hurt, and it was beautiful, and it tore me to pieces and put me together, and I'm different. So, I appreciate the... I appreciate so much the effort, but you're not gonna fix it. Make their profile pictures Luna Terror or Saturn. I don't know if I am. I don't know who I am in their cat poster. We have to fix it. And we're not gonna change their minds. Right away, at least. We just have to change them. We just have to change. And we have to change them. And everyone... And everything is changing. Fuck. This game! Hold on. I have to write up a Steam review immediately. I have to write up a Steam review immediately. Maybe I am Lunaterra. Maybe I am Lunaterra. Because... Maybe I am Lunaterra. Because we have to change them. Life is change, yeah. And... They're never gonna... They're not gonna accept us. Like Lunaterra said. And a lot of them don't care if we die. But we have to live anyway. Here. Here, you can, you guys can, hold on, let me stream my, my window here. Window capture. Review. You can look. Game capture. And sometimes for no other reason than to spite those that do want you dead. Yep. This game broke me and put me back together. And I'm different now. So that's life. And maybe most of them don't care if we die. Some of them want us dead. But we have to live anyway. Have to love anyway. Have to love each other and ourselves. And we have to change and be changed. And we have to live, laugh, love anyway. We have to have each other. That's heaven will be mine. Thanks so much for coming with me on this ride. I I love you all, and I love being trans and being a lesbian and being obsessed with mecha and God. That's what it's all about, you know? For once in a while. For once in a while, I feel like I'm. I feel like it's gonna be okay. I did say that after the SpongeBob musical. I forgot about that. Thanks for the follow. Because it was kind of the same with the SpongeBob musical. It was all my friends there, and it was just a beautiful experience. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Art and love and he. I probably would. I probably would. I might take a look. Um, God, I've been crying for the past, like, half hour. It's good! The SpongeBob musical is peak, okay? Okay, I've gotta go grab dinner. Um, thank you so much. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for the follow. Um, look forward to the Hello Charlotte, and I'll see you on the flip.